This is another piece of slightly old news, but it is very interesting, and it is very on theme because it's related to things that we've been talking about for months now. Something is definitely happening at All Points East. Again, I'm sure basically all of you have seen this at this point, but I couldn't not talk about it because I think it's really cool. A quick recap for those of you who need a recap, need to be caught up on what's been happening with All Points East, just off the top of my head. I have some videos out on it, so if you want a more accurate refresher, you can watch those. I'm sure other people have videos too. Obviously, 21pilots is playing a festival at All Points East. They're doing a number of festivals this summer and this year, but this one in particular caught everyone's attention because the venue or the area around where the festival is going to take place started teasing with these signs. I think it was like lettering projected onto the walls of that area near the train station. East is up, All Points East, 21pilots are coming, that kind of stuff. Don't remember the exact wording, but very much leaning into the East is up thing with All Points East, promoting this festival more than normal. They also put out a teaser video for the festival. I think they ended up doing more teaser videos, not just for All Points East, so that isn't necessarily the most unique thing, but that was interesting that they did that with the torchbearer holding a flag that said, I believe, London on it. And then we started, and when I say we, I mean other people, mostly on Reddit, started finding other clues. I didn't find most of this stuff, but I did go over it, that there are a number of weird landmarks around where the festival is taking place, like in close vicinity. If you just look on a map, there's an apartment building called Torchbearer Court. There's a road called Bishop's Way. There's a number of other things as well. And so that was interesting. I think we basically concluded that it was mostly coincidental because most of those locations, when we looked into it further, had been around longer than would have made sense for 21pilots to have had an influence on those names. We also discussed briefly Bishop's Way and sort of the history behind that road as well. All of that is to say, while nothing has been confirmed, there's a lot of interesting information surrounding All Points East. And then Mark did an interview before More Than We Ever Imagined came out, in which I believe he hinted that they want to try to get more of a video out of this festival than normal. Not necessarily an IMAX film like they did for Mexico City, but some kind of video production.
And All Points East is going to be amazing. I mean, I think we're going to try to shoot that in some capacity to capture that moment. Maybe not an IMAX release, but we want to document how much London has been a part of this fans' growth, the growth of the fans, how much London's been a part of this band's story. I mean,
bit of a teaser. The saga continues. What is going on with All Points East? And so then, about a couple weeks ago, this came out. This little post on Instagram from him. This message is for any 21pilots fans attending the London gig this month at All Points East. We'll be capturing the show to be released at a later date, but we wanted to add something unique to toss in between a few of the songs during the edits. I'm on the hunt for about 10 fans that I can send both HI8, I'm not really sure what that is, and mini DV cameras to capture a little of their fan life as well as the journey to the show. Be vlog style editing, your footage doesn't have to be very wordy. Show some artwork and outfit. Experience with the camera is a plus, but not necessary. You'll collect your cameras when you arrive at the festival to audition, send these tapes, etc. So it's basically like document your journey to the show. And this does, right off the bat, obviously confirm sort of what he mentioned way back when, that they're trying to do something more from a visual perspective, from a concert film perspective, than normal, than they have been for the other festival stops. Which once again leans into this idea that something is going to happen at All Points East. Again, what that is, we don't really know. It is weird that there are a lot of lore things related to the location. The fact that we're teasing East is up. I don't know if it's just going to be a very lore-heavy concert, and that's why they want to film it, because it's going to be much more cinematic in nature due to all these lore connections. Again, it strikes me right off the bat as potentially strange to just do another concert film again, like More Than We Ever Imagined, for All Points East. Seems like a bit random. Also, they just did a concert film. They don't really repeat things like that frequently. But who knows? They could be. That could be the plan. You know, this could be something that isn't necessarily a cinema release, but more of a YouTube concert film or something like that. I don't know. Or another on-demand thing. And then here, the 10 have been chosen, so we know that's moving forward. Thank you to everyone who auditioned. My team reached out and secured our participants. Really excited. Obviously, this part of it doesn't seem like it's going to be terribly lore heavy. It's just a fun little creative element to it to have sort of the fan collaboration there with their vlogs. But it is interesting that they are trying to do more of this than the other festivals. And I'm curious to see where it goes. Again, with all this, I'm kind of left just being like, they're going to do something, right? I'll be shocked if they don't. What that will be, I don't know. Will it be lore related? Will it be an announcement? Will it be we are going now, goodbye? They put on the rings of power and disappear? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, anyway, that's about the long and short of it. Continuing to keep an eye on the All Points East news and anything that continues to transpire. I guess it's right around the corner, actually, isn't it? August 30th? It's this coming weekend. So it's really unfortunate that I'm not going to be able to stream next week, because it would be cool to kind of right away cover anything that happened. I don't think we have a way of knowing. I don't know. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not really allowed to disclose that yet. I don't know if you have any thoughts. The All Points East mysterious saga continues.